15 seconds. Guidance is internal. 12, 11, 10, 9. Ignition sequence start. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Hello
Welcome.
to the 4Nerds podcast.
Welcome! Oh my god.
Are you in practicing that?
No,
Also,
that's
don't.
not what
No!
we haven't been practicing
I'm
for 20
just-
minutes.
No. Everyone has a script.
Practice
ready?
makes perfect!
So who has their script ready? Because I forgot mine.
That was
Wait.
a script.
We're supposed to write
That was a script!
Didn't you guys get the memo?
No!
That was a memo?
No, I burn all my emails, don't you understand?
That, how can you burn emails when they're not even physical?
I found a way.
Why do you think he needs to switch computers all the time?
Yeah, exactly.
You realize
that
it's
an
stored on the
echo?
cloud. That would
Pardon?
probably be me listening to the stream.
Yeah,
Can you turn that off, please?
No.
So let's-
No,
How rude do you think you
I'll-
are?
I like listening to ourselves talking.
I
I don't know. Maybe I do. Maybe I
like
don't.
listening to the echoes. It puts you in contact with the multiverse.
No, that's just multiverse in Ethernet case. Come on.
For the record, this stream will also be dubbed Ritz and the Dutch guy. In case we ever plan out to make like a comedy series of this or something like that.
Right, whatever.
So how's everyone doing? Because
I'm doing great, thanks.
Maybe it'd be good to explain what the hell we're doing.
maybe.
That's usually a good idea with podcasts, right?
Yeah.
Nah, never. Don't need to do that.
Nah. Just let us rant for 3 hours while we're live.
Not explain
Alright.
what we're doing.
You have to figure it out.
That's usually a good idea.
Let us know later. No,
I
alright,
did all the
well.
stuff already.
Let us know what you think is going on.
Okay, fine, let's
Alright.
actually have like an actual introduction. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Falcon. I'm joined by Fury. Say hi.
Hello, I'm Winchester.
Winchester, that wasn't your cue. Behave. Back in line. Now, Virtuo, say hi.
Hey, I am.
Now, Winchester,
Oh.
now it's your turn.
I am. No, wait. I am a normal human.
You're not being held hostage.
I'm taking everyone's attention.
So that one
I
was
still hear
Raven.
myself. Am I still hearing myself in an echo?
It's not me, though.
You shouldn't be getting an echo from me now. I turned off.
Oh, I hear it from Winchester, that's why.
Taking everyone's
Winchester.
Black Cannon. Who's a black
I don't know.
cannon?
I don't know who I'm hearing from. You can barely hear me? Oh, that's
Ah.
never good.
I'm okay.
No one wants to hear you anyways.
Clearly, Avon does. He just said he wanted to hear me, so shush your face.
Fine.
It's lies. It's all lies.
Anyway, the one not talking with a British that would Winchester. The rest is just Falcon using different voices.
Hey.
True. He's great at impressions. He can do multiple ones
At the same time, whilst us both
Yep.
talking.
At the same time.
Nope.
We finally found this way for him. This multiple personality.
This is my
So-
special skill.
This is just. I'm basically just Falcon's counselor in case he switches too fast. That way I can tell him to stop.
He has multiple personality disorder.
Why is it everyone going against me? Jeez, wow.
I wonder why. Was it anything
Well-
to do with the test stream, or what
No.
happened immediately after the test stream?
Nope, not at all.
I have
I don't
no
know what
clue
about.
what
Should we,
you're
should we,
talking
should we begin talking
1.5.
about the test stream?
No. No.
We do not talk about the test stream.
There was no test stream. What are you on about?
You're
Right,
lying.
right. Should we get into
Lies.
what subject should we start?
We do not talk about the test stream. Wait, what?
Your choice.
Rick and Morty.
Sure.
Good morning.
That's the first thing that's on my thing.
Oh.
I mean, what do you want to talk about when it comes to Rick and Morty?
Alright, we'll talk about Rick and Morty. I've already put the slide thing on.
You can hear double audio. Who is the rude person who has the stream up and hasn't got it muted? Let me
would not
check
be me.
myself real quick before I start pointing fingers. No, it's not me either.
Wait.
What is with the giant... Okay, giant monster coming through the roof.
Wait, what?
Unless it's me, but I don't think it is me.
Is it me?
Ooh, that's a pretty picture.
Oh my god, Rick and Morty, it's on the screen.
Ooh,
Pretty.
can't look away. Damn it.
I love how Summer's put table text.
Yep, someone's just like, this is normal.
This is boring me, you guys.
Can't look away. Damn it.
Can we not? Like, I wanna text.
Can we do this craziness tomorrow? Yep.
I just wanna text my boyfriend and just be okay with it today.
I think I found it. Chrome wasn't muting the Mixer chat for some reason.
Wow.
What?
Like, I clicked mute, it was on mute for me, like you're looking at it, but it wasn't actually muting it for some reason.
Falcon, are you the cause
See,
of the echo again?
Even
What?
Adventure Man knows it's always Falcon.
Shut up.
Of course it's always Falcon.
Also, Adventure Man feels very.
Aaron is always correct that when he says it is Falcon.
Phil, what? Winchester cut off like last second.
I said, Adventure Man, feel free to make a comment.
Alright, whatever. Okay, so, Rick and
This is
Morty.
going well.
This is the non-spoiler bit, so to our listeners that are
Non-spoilers.
listening to it,
Yes.
and I've not
I
currently
think
seen
it is.
the latest episodes.
Wait, you
definitely
haven't?
should.
I have,
Yeah.
but
I-
other
Oh,
people
okay,
might not
never
have.
mind. Oh, well.
It's just for the. It's for the people, okay? It's for the people.
You have to actually have a very high IQ to understand Rick and Morty.
Nah, it's fine.
No?
You also
Okay,
need to get
never mind.
past the first episode, because the first episode, in my opinion,
Yeah, first episode, like, compared to the rest of the series,
Rick
is
is
kind of
drunk Rick is so irritating. Like you
Yeah.
want to slap him.
Yeah. it's funny, but at the same time, it's like, you just...
Yeah, because he says
Come
Morty
on.
every other sentence.
You're
and
better than this.
It just is annoying. So if you can get
Yeah.
past the first episode, it's great.
But then again, the first episode is just the pilot. Like, it really steps in, like, gets into its stride, like, on the second episode onward when, you know, they're actually, like, producing it properly, you know?
I definitely agree on that.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. You know, your man, Justin Roiland, he's got the voices nailed down much better. And over the course of the whole show, the animation gets so much better to, personally, one of my favorite scenes in the whole thing with Pickle Rick. I think we all know the scene.
Oh
Yep.
yeah. that's
Even
great.
if you haven't seen.
There's a lot of
Rick and-
blood.
Even if you haven't seen Rick and Morty, you do know what Pickle Rick means.
Rick!
Yeah, that's been memed a lot
Yeah, it's
on everything.
That is so
I feel
mean.
like the third season has been like, I don't know if it's just me, but feels especially memey. I don't know. Am I crazy, or is it just
No.
because of Pickle Rick?
No, third season is literally just all memes.
It's basically all memes, yes.
Yeah.
But
Well, it feels
when
like-
it comes to the ending, and there is, by the way, about this, the finale from Rick and Morty, without trying to
We're
spoil
We're not on
too
the
much,
spoilers just yet.
Okay.
without trying to spoil too much, something didn't happen. What people, about everyone who watches Rick and Morty, thought would happen. So there's this rumor that the finale
you keep
from Rick and
cutting out,
Morty
dude.
season 3. What?
Keep cutting
Wasn't it
out like at the beginning and at the end of every
Wasn't it
sentence.
supposed to be 14 episodes and they had to cut down to 10 for some reason?
That's
Yeah. So they
Oh,
had
really?
is like, if I remember correctly, is your man Dan Harmon? He wasn't happy with how the episodes were turning out because like they're stretched over, like, you know, they're being spread thin with the extra episodes. So they decided to just cut it back to like the normal 10. And so with the last episode, they kind of had to just make that episode like a kind of finale. So they kind of had like, they had to make that episode work as an ending, you know? So I think that's why a lot of people were kind of disappointed with it.
Yeah, I can understand that. But I felt like in season 3 there was like the most filler episodes in that season, if that makes sense. Like the.
They had a couple of fillers, yeah.
Yeah, which is
Yeah.
kind of like. Apart from like from the second episode onwards until the third season, every episode got better and better and better in my opinion. Until there was that one. I won't give any spoilers, but there was one
Should
or
we
two
just switch to
episodes.
spoilers now?
Okay, yeah, switch to spoilers. I'm sorry.
For the
guys.
sake of it.
Spoiler time. Everybody run, spoiler time. Don't actually run,
Oh,
please.
oops! I've messed up with the layout. Hang on.
Seriously, can you do anything right today, Falcon?
Wow.
I'm kidding. I'm
Savage.
kidding. I'm just. Today's going well. You can tell.
Everything's going right. We have. There's no echoes. There's like.
No, we're improving. This is episode
Et
1,
cetera.
so there's allowed to be some mistakes. It's fine.
This is the pilot.
Exactly. So
The
what we're
art
hearing
will
2 weeks
get better in the
yeah.
next episode.
We hope. We hope.
Well, actually,
Yeah.
that makes sense because hopefully by the next episode, I'll have better art done for everything.
I really like your art. Like, it was,
Yeah,
it's
you're right.
really
It's pretty
nice.
good. It's pretty good
Yeah, I
anime.
think it actually turned. Yeah, this is just like
It
some.
turned out
Oh my
pretty
god!
well.
Sorry, I just came back to the mixer stream and all of a sudden I just see the thing slowly being placed onto the thing.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, it actually turned out pretty well. Anyway, Rick and Morty.
Spoiler time.
Yeah.
Everybody run.
Yeah, this is your warning. If you have not seen the latest Rick and Morty episodes,
It's
mute
it's
it,
on
and then
screen.
when we change topic,
Uh,
you'll know by that point.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I can't. Is the mix stream changed over to Rick and Morty spoilers for you guys?
Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for me, it did.
Yeah, so spoil everything about how Rick beat up the president.
You've just done that. Congrats.
You're welcome.
Congratulations.
That was a
Well,
brilliant fight, by the
technically-
way.
Yeah, like
it was.
that,
There's
yeah.
so many like Easter eggs and stuff in that. For,
I like.
I know
like
they had a
fighting,
fake
but-
moon landing set. They had like a fake JFK assassination set. They had a fake crossing to Delaware set from like the 1700s.
They
Yeah,
also
brilliant.
buried.
Yeah.
They also buried Tupac Shakur in between
I
the
know.
floors.
The amount of like little things in that
I
fight
mean,
was
their
brilliant.
portal
They
was
had a
literally-
gravity gun.
They
Oh,
they had
yeah,
a they had a portal which was a combination of star gates and just freaking.
Minecraft. Yep.
Light it with a torch.
Wait,
The whole Minecraft thing in that episode, I loved it.
Yep.
I also, well, that and just basically saying, we're not gonna do that much with it because South Park did it before us anyway 4 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was good.
Park did it first.
Self-referential right there.
Oh my god.
It was a good episode, but it felt
Yeah.
kind of flawed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think for me, it's like, I did really like that episode, and I do think it works well as an ending, but it's just like, with everything they were trying to do within that episode for like the long-running narrative, I guess would be the term, it just feels like it could have been much better done if it had been given a bit more time to be like a bit more developed, if you get me. I don't know.
True, that's very, very true, and that's
Actually, with the whole like, whatever. Sorry.
with the whole rumor going on. That's
Cutting out episodes.
I can't
That's
do
a
anything
clone?
about that.
Oh.
No, there's a rumor going around about this finale episode not being. the
Oh
actual
yeah, there's
finale
gonna be
episode.
one on like Christmas.
Yeah, that one. There is a rumor. and
I
really
think
hope-
that might actually be happening because, like, yeah, there's like the Mr. Poopy Butthole thing at the end of the episode, but like, then Adult Swim made like a video, like on their YouTube channel of like all the writers explaining like what the last episode is supposed to mean, and it starts with one of the guys, the one of the writers, Ryan Ridley, like
Yeah,
in a fucking Christmas sweater, and I'm like, are they trolling us here, or what the fuck is going on?
Chris,
Sorry about the
Christmas
language, but I'm
episode
just
is
like-
meant to be, like 5 minutes long
Yeah,
and all explosions.
you know, it probably will. I don't know.
It'll be like 5 minutes
Imagine-
long and all explosions.
Oh my god, imagine if they pull this kind of thing on us where it's like, it turns out, yeah, it's a 10 episode like season. But what they do is they take the last three, like however many episodes they had, and then turn that into like an hour-long special for Christmas.
I
What
could actually
I
see that
think-
happening.
What I think, which would also be something that, especially when you think about the whole fact that they suddenly said, okay, we're going to stop streaming Rick and Morty on our website unless you have cable. So they just had filler stuff for Rick and Morty happening with the whole complaining thing and stuff. That also happened in this season, by the way. But what I think could also be something that Adult Swim might do is basically saying, or basically just Mr. Poopy Butthole coming up and just saying, hey, remember when I said that today is going to be a special episode? Not gonna happen.
That would drive me insane.
It would be enraging for a lot of people, but I do think it'd
be a great
something that could be
troll.
happening.
Yeah,
It would be a
God.
very great troll.
yeah.
The greatest of trolls. It's all about that Szechuan sauce.
Trollception.
That Szechuan sauce.
Trolls.
Who's, wait, we're not American. We are going to be jealous about everything from, or well, not everything, everyone from the USA, I think.
Yeah.
I've already made
Goddamn
requests to every
Americans.
American I know saying, please can you just go to McDonald's and get me some?
Same here, actually, from the Netherlands.
Wait, are they actually bringing the Szechuan sauce back?
In the US of A, in America,
Fuckers.
tomorrow.
The way that they
and-
advertised it was like, we're going to be releasing it internationally, and it's just like, this is just the
Yeah.
US.
Yes.
Why are
It's
you
like-
lying to us?
We're saying it's international, but we just mean international in the United States.
It's
Meaning
the weirdest.
We mean national, not international,
Sorry, that was a typo.
basically.
Oh my
But
god.
Typical American. Kidding. If anyone's American watching.
God damn it, America. That just suddenly turns into an hour of us just
This is why
shitting all
Obama
over
lost
the
his fight
USA.
with Rick. If you guys were like, let's have an asshole, he could have won.
Yeah.
Oh, that's-
basically though.
I don't know why you care so much about the Szechuan sauce stuff. I'm so curious about
That's
it.
gonna be like
It's
a
great how
major
they did it,
plot point
though.
Season 4, the Szechuan sauce.
Yeah.
Like, is going.
It's my season arc, Morty.
It's
Oh my
going to
god.
be. It's going to be the whole thing about
The darkest season.
the darkest season will be about the Szechuan sauce, Morty. But in the US of A, so for everyone who is out there, being American and all that, who is going to be there tomorrow? Because the Szechuan sauce will only be out tomorrow in selective McDonald's. So
Jesus, they're really going out of their way to make that like one of those high bid things on eBay, aren't they?
definitely,
Oh my god.
which
I just
will be
wanna-
pretty bad because Szechuan sauce, like any other sauce, basically does have an expiring date. Yeah.
But then people can like
Oh,
just clone it and see what, try and remake it. But as a quick disclaimer,
Yeah.
my neighbor seems to be firing fireworks for some reason. So if you hear loud bangs, I'm not being shot at. It's just
Well, tis the
idiots
season.
with fireworks.
He's just celebrating the fact that we're alive. That's it.
He's celebrating Halloween early.
Or that. Wait, there's fireworks involved with Halloween? I did not know.
The Sky
Wait,
Fox Day.
yeah.
That's in November, isn't it? Trying not to be dumb.
Is fireworks on Halloween just an Irish thing or American as well? Or I don't even know. Yeah, Rick and Morty. Season 3, pretty good. Honestly, my favorite
I have a
episode
question for
from the
for all you
season
guys.
was the... What?
I have a question for you guys. Do you know, like in
Yeah.
Rick and Morty, the president of the United States is obviously a reference to
Barack
Obama.
Obama.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's...
Yeah.
Do you think they'll
Yeah.
do a Donald Trump president?
Well, I feel...
Not sure about that one, actually. I'll
Maybe?
be honest.
Because it would be a total Rick and Morty thing to do that. But
It would
I
be,
don't-
but at the same
I
time,
don't know, because-
it wouldn't be.
but then if they did that and portrayed him like they're portraying Obama, I think there'd be some form of outrage because it's Trump.
Yeah. I think probably could pull it off well, but I think like just the present present character they have right now, it's like it's so far removed from like what you think of as Obama that like you can just take it as, oh, it's just a cartoon guy, you know? Don't have to like relate it to the, you know, actual politics of everything. Like,
so if they do this with Obama, so they've literally done the opposite of what everyone sees Obama, well, most people see Obama like. So could they do that with Trump? Like do the opposite?
Well, make him smart.
Careful. You're gonna get so much hate.
Come at me. No, actually don't, please.
His Twitter handle is www.twitter/
No, don't tell them.
And today was the last.
I don't know.
day.
And at the same time as well, it's just like I really like the character they've made for that president. He's just such an egotistical maniac. I love it.
They kind of, they're kind of like using the stereotype of the US, which the outside world see them as. Which is quite funny.
Yeah. I'm surprised they haven't done North Korea yet.
Oh, they're probably going to.
They don't want to start another world war. That's probably why.
Or the next
Probably.
I mean, can you imagine like they
Wait,
made a
haven't
film...
they referenced North Korea or something?
They have done, yeah, I remember they have done. But there was another film that came out where they said they were going to kill the dictator of North Korea, and then they got hacked. I don't think Rick and Morty want to do the same thing.
Oh, well then. Yeah, it's probably. But the lesson is, world leaders are really insecure maniacs. There you go. That's your world lesson for today, kids. Rick and Morty. Yeah.
Rick and Morty being educational. That's
educational. Rick and Morty teaching you to never trust your politicians.
Or anyone else for that matter.
Don't trust anyone. Be a nihilistic asshole, Rick. That's the message.
Right.
Not exactly. Not exactly a very child-friendly message when you think about it.
It's okay, we're raised to teen, it's no worries.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, that too. We might want to change to mature though.
Yeah. Yep. What do you mean mature? These kids have to learn how horrifically depressing the world is at some point.
Kinda?
We'll do
Like
Rick and
completely? I'm not completely sure actually about that thing.
Yeah. Why?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I'll just be right back a sec.
Oh no.
Oh no. No, don't leave. Wait.
Don't leave
God damn it.
Don't leave us. How did
Please,
you
the
get here?
silence. Alright.
You don't leave us. You're the streamer here.
You're the one hosting this. Alright, so any final thoughts on Rick and Morty? Or anything? Finale, any favorite episodes, etc.
Well, I did like the Pickle Rick episode, but I especially liked the everyone that we would visit Atlantis, which we didn't.
Yeah.
I actually want to see what happens at Atlantis because it sounds amazing.
Something Morty hooked up with a mermaid. Something Rick wants to as well. But yeah. Oh my god, that. Yeah. Like that Tales of the Citadel episode was just so goddamn good. I absolutely loved it. You know, you got all these goddamn arc stories setting up future events and like digging into the world of this universe, and like the goddamn plot twist at the end with evil Morty, and like, oh my god, I cannot wait.
I'm looking forward to that. I am indeed looking forward to that.
Same here.
Yeah. I mean,
I think that will be the Christmas special actually. When I think of just Rick and Morty, getting just Rick and Morty getting all the mermaids.
Yeah,
So.
that's the best Christmas present. Rick and Morty getting some of that mermaid love.
Yes.
Clearly.
Or merman, you never know. Hey.
Don't even go there. Just, why would you do this?
So
It's to make everyone feel awkward. Perfect plan.
Of course it is. Of course it is.
What was the original question?
Something. Rick wants to fuck a mermaid.
Okay. Only Rick and Morty
Right.
can you say something like that, then it would sound. Oh yeah, that sounds about right.
Sounds about right.
In any other context,
Jesus
it's like,
Christ,
what
he
the
used
heck
to-
is wrong with you? But in Rick and Morty, it's like, yeah, this makes sense.
I mean,
Makes sense, kind of.
I mean, Rick did date like what's the word? A hive mind for a while of like just
Yeah.
hundreds, that an entire planet of people. Right. So, should we move on to the next topic?
Yeah, we can do. Next topic is Batman. I've got listed down.
What order did I send them to you in? Jesus.
What order do we want to talk about it? That's
Well,
also-
Batman's up now, so we're talking about Batman's the enemy within episode 2.
Yeah, I'd say it's fine. Whatever. They just keep movies to the end and we're fine.
Yeah, okay.
So, Batman, the enemy within episode 2, introduced some interesting things, and it was, yeah.
I actually haven't seen or played it episode just yet.
Neither
That's
have I. I have
yeah.
no idea what this is. It's Batman, that's all I
Ah.
know.
Yeah, it's Batman. Okay, so I actually have.
Batman being Batman.
Right. I actually have seen the episode. It's. I don't know. It's very weird. It very much feels just kind of like a setup episode for, you know, the rest of the stuff going on, and I don't know how to describe it without spoiling it.
You can spoil it, I don't mind it.
We're going to spoilers.
I
You
do
can
put
tease
up
the
spoilers. There's no warning for this. Right. Do you have the spoilers thing up yet? No.
Oh, that felt good. Sorry, I needed. What was it? I'm not gonna tell. It was gross. You might have heard it. I cracked my neck.
Um,
that's all.
Okay, spoilers are up. Thank God. All right, so this episode is all about the Batman finding out that the Riddler he's working in this group of other supervillains, famous Batman supervillains, including Bane, Joker, Mr. Freeze, and Harley Quinn, and him trying to like work his way into it to figure out what the hell they're doing and find a way to stop them. And it's like there's a lot of cool things it does. Bane, he's badass.
Yeah.
Gotta hear the echo. And they did a really interesting thing with Harley Quinn and Joker, where like they've kind of almost reversed the relationship a bit. Where
Wait,
it's
what?
like, yeah, it's like in this version of it, it's like Joker is just the complete love-struck idiot who doesn't realize that Harley is just stringing him along so she can get her plans done with everything she set up with everyone else.
Do we have
and
a
it's
picture
like-
of that?
A picture of her, like her and Joker, or
Yeah, I'm like I've seen Bane, but I haven't seen anyone else.
oh yeah, I've seen, hold on, let me just find it and send a thing in the Discord. I think her design looks pretty good, honestly. Batman, the enemy.
Nice to see a role reversal.
Yeah, it's pretty interesting, but I'm like, I don't know. There's something about it that feels a bit off. Maybe it's just because in my mind it's just kind of been so heavily cemented in my head that Joker is the manipulative prick, you know, that kind of whole
Yeah.
thing. I don't know. But at the same time, it does like it really adds like a lot. It just makes it really interesting for her character as well to just see that like flip and how like their relationship is, you know, is normally portrayed. It's pretty interesting, you know?
Yeah.
It sounds interesting for sure.
Yeah.
know what you mean.
Yeah, and so like it's much more of like, at least right. God damn it, I can't send. I'm trying to
Thank
send
you
the
for the
thing.
follow there, Green Ghost.
Ah, thanks, man.
Hey, Green. How's it going?
Sorry, I'm trying to send this photo in the Discord and just. God damn it, where's the pictures? I can't do anything.
You fail again. You fail so much. You just.
Yeah.
Why are you failing like this?
I don't know. It's the Batman. Hold on. I'm trying to find like a
It's there.
full. Okay, I found like a bigger picture of it.
Bigger.
And,
We don't have. Oh, we do have 3 bots. StreamJar, you could basically turn that off. Hypebot, sadly, not something we can do. Turn off. Hey there, Cyborg. How you doing, dude?
all right. I put a couple of pictures in Discord for
Oh, wow.
her designs. It's
That-
following that same kind of like, you know, like a lot the what you call it, the more modern designs are doing for her now.
Yeah,
It looks pretty good, I have to say.
It's like a mixture between the new stuff and Arkham City. That's
Yeah.
what I want to say.
Yeah, like
looks good.
I'd say like a mix of Arkham City with like, I don't know how you describe it. Like, it's very much going off the Arkham City, you know, kind of aesthetic more so than like anything else.
Yeah,
I'd
it's
say.
really nice.
Oh,
I really
oh,
like
the
it.
picture is on screen. Well, one of them at least. It looks pretty good, especially when you combine it with like the you know, with Joker's whole like thing of being like kind of like smart but casual, kind of like scruffy like outfit thing. It just works really well, you know. Especially when you see them side by side, it just works, you know. Yeah, there we go. See, you can see it in the stream.
Next time, can you please give me a warning so I'm not just copying and pasting, resizing them whilst the stream is?
I'm sorry.
Hypebot,
No, you work. I don't even know.
I've been working for like 4 hours before the stream started trying to get everything set up. What do you want about?
Excuse me, I did something.
I helped.
Anyway,
I think.
It's really nice though.
I help. But yeah, but like, and there's this really like interesting kind of, what's the word, like, it basically follows a man trying to weasel his way into their whole gang and become a member so he can like work with, well, depending on the decisions, I'm not fully sure, but like so he can basically expose them to the FBI and Waller and everything. And it's a really interesting plot line, and I can't wait to see where it goes. But at the same time, I'm like, this episode in particular, it was just like, nothing super insane happened. It was just like, it very much felt like setup, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can understand that.
Granted, it did introduce a lot of like cool, you know, it introduced Harley and like all the other characters and like showed them off a bit and like set up some pretty cool storyline stuff for the rest of the season. But it was still like, you know, one of those things where like, oh, you're gonna have to wait to see what happens. Yeah.
I really do like the whole Batman's Telltale stories up until now, at least. It hasn't disappointed me ever since.
Yeah, they've been doing pretty well with the Batman stuff so far, I have to say.
I'm actually looking forward to playing the whole Guardians of the Galaxy Telltale game.
Yeah.
Thinking of Batman, kind of hope it
Yeah.
gives kind of the same feel. I'm not completely sure it will, but let's see.
Yeah. I know, I've heard the Guardians of the Galaxy one is a little bit glitchy, but like, you know, I've heard people say like, yeah, it's pretty fun, you know? So.
Mm-hmm. I definitely do love the Telltale style that they're basically placing everywhere.
Yeah. And like at times the whole Telltale like style can like, for me it can get especially frustrating when it gets to the thing of like, your choices will have consequences later, and it's like, no, it doesn't. It's like, it like diverges for a little bit and then eventually comes back to the same point. And like, I get that it's a whole thing of they can't like do these gigantic, massive branching paths because they're limited on time and like resources to properly get everything done. But like, I don't know, it's just annoying that they keep trying to like act like that's what's going on. If you get me, with the way they present their stuff. I don't know. That's just a rant.
Well, we are here to rant, aren't
Yeah, true. Fuck Telltale.
Nah, no need to do that. Telltale. I do think, like, especially after the definitely went up a lot in when it comes to making games. They definitely learned after The Wolf Among Us, which in itself was also a great Telltale game. Didn't like the Game of Thrones that much, or that one, but Batman was good. Guardians of the Galaxy looks good. The Minecraft story mode actually is pretty decent.
Yeah.
And
I only like played the first episode of that one. I just like, I don't know.
I
guess. What? Yeah, is the first one where like the weather storm thing happens.
Oh yeah, I've also played that one.
I don't know, like that one was fun, but I just don't think it was for me. So I don't know. Although I do get a bit worried sometimes with the Telltale stuff, with like just how many they're doing at once. I'm like, just calm down a little bit, guys. You can focus on like one thing, you know? I don't know.
No, you're right.
That's all. They have to make money.
Yeah.
Well, that and it makes people want to buy it.
Yeah.
Basically, making an animated series, what they're doing.
Yeah. Like overall, like I think they've like I said, I think they've done really well with the Batman stuff so far.
Great. Any other comments, or should we move on to the next bit?
Hey, they're making a season 2 Wolf Among Us, aren't they?
Yeah, they are. They are.
All right.
Second season for that.
Sorry, that just
And
popped into
actually,
my head.
for Batman, I do hope that they come up with a Robin at some point.
Oh, that'd be. Well, if they did a whole like Jason Todd storyline for Batman, I'd love to see them like do their own spin on that.
In the Telltale games?
Yeah, like if they do it like at some point for them, like for season 3 or season 4 thing.
Yeah, that would be great. But having that said, kind of fake. They do need Dick Grayson for that to be in there. It kind of looks like that Batman is just at his beginning stages still.
Yeah.
You can't tell that he hasn't been Batman for a very long time yet.
Yeah, he's still trying to figure things out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is great. The whole getting to become Batman slowly is great.
Yeah, I definitely think like they really have done a good job with like balancing like the two lives of the Batman thing with it.
Yep, where you become either Bruce Wayne. I do love that one.
Yeah.
This is great.
Such enthusiasm for Tro. I can tell.
I haven't played many Telltale games.
See, I could tell.
Correction, haven't played any Telltale games.
I have played, not all of them. I am playing Batman, but I haven't played the new episode just yet. Falcon, how about you? Been awfully quiet about this.
Well, I don't really know much about this version of Batman yet. So.
Do your research, man.
Yeah, no, but like, Batman's been going like for the last
Forever.
60 years. Yeah, at least, and it's only since like the Christian Bale segment is then gone quite serious. And I don't know, I don't want to say bored of the whole Batman genre, but I don't know, it doesn't
strike you as much anymore.
Yeah, like
I do get what you mean.
Like,
It
I'm
kind
not-
of- it
I
has
agree.
done that mentality.
Like the only thing that really
Yeah.
interests me with the whole Batman franchise now is with the Justice League in the big ass movies, because that's not something they've really done before.
Yeah.
Because that's like a new
True.
aspect, whereas
Yeah, I guess like
yeah.
if you're the kind of person who's like trying to like, you know, what would be the word? I guess trying to take everything in, it can be quite tiring to like see like so many like so many different but the same interpretations of that kind of thing. But like,
Yeah.
no, I feel like if you're not, and I had a train of thought and it just kind of died there. Sorry.
Nah, no worries.
No, I get what you mean, and what actually is something that movies right now. So if Falcon wants to switch to a different scene, that's fine. With the movies,
mind.
when it comes with the movies, DC wise at least, they had a rumor going on, which means that there's something happening yet again, in the DCEU. Basically, what they're saying is the DCEU is no more. What they're gonna do is they're gonna continue making some of the movies, which will be kind of in the same universe as the Justice League is going to be. So, like the Joker and Harley Quinn movie, which is going to happen still with Jared Leto, is going to be part of said universe. The Green Lantern one is also going to be part of said universe. And Raven, so sad of you to not follow your own channel.
Yes. Sorry, I just noticed and I was like, oh wait a minute.
It's fine.
So they're just kind of going for like a loose kind of anthology thing for the
Yeah.
DCEU now.
It's not going to be as tight as their cinematic, but basically what's going to happen with DC and their movie universe is it's not going to be soon. It's not going to be long anymore before that's going to end. They already announced a movie which will not, thank God, feature Jared Leto. And for the people watching, yes, I do have kind of hatred towards Jared Leto being the Joker.
I didn't mind him as a Joker. He was alright. He wasn't too bad.
Yeah.
He wasn't too bad, and I haven't seen too much of him as the Joker to actually hate him.
The issue is that
I
most
hate
people
him.
have is that he's never going to be a Heath Ledger.
Yeah.
And
It's not even that. It's not even that for me. Just how he portrayed him, like what I've seen from Jared Leto in Suicide Squad. He looks like a pimp. And I don't like that for the Joker.
yeah,
Yeah.
I understand that. But what other angle would you expect him to do? If he goes the Heath Ledger route, he's never going to reach that.
No, especially not. No, what
Yeah,
I-
exactly. He's never going to reach that legacy, so they've got to go a different route. And the way that they did Suicide Squad, they really messed up with the whole thing.
Definitely.
Yeah.
And I really do hope that.
Like if
I
they
know Jared Leto is a good. He can be great as a Joker, I think.
yeah,
But
Yeah.
they,
Like they-
definitely need to
like,
rework him.
was it Jared Leto? It said in an interview they had enough footage of him being the Joker to have his own movie separate to Suicide Squad.
Yeah, something like that.
So
they-
They
need-
could have just made it a Joker movie. Like, isn't there a thing of like Martin Scorsese is producing like a Joker movie for DC or something like that?
yeah, that's going to happen. Which
I've heard the rumor for how that story is going like to be, and I'm just like, I can't help but cringe at it because like the whole thing is like, oh, he's like a child who like was stuck with a smile forever, and people kept making fun of him. Like,
And he went insane.
what the
What,
fuck?
they're trying to do an
yeah,
origins for
just
Joker?
just another origin story. I kind of like the
Oh.
idea, and when they said that they are looking at maybe Leonardo DiCaprio portraying the Joker,
That would
kind of
work.
see it. It would
Yeah.
work. It definitely would work, especially if DiCaprio goes the same way as he went for Candy in Django Unchained. In case anyone hasn't seen that one, definitely watch it. It's great.
I haven't seen it, but I've seen a lot of clips. That could be pretty cool. Like, I don't know, for me personally, because like I'm not like a huge like avid like comic fan. I just kind of have like a passing knowledge. You know, most of what I know about like, you know, Batman and everything, it comes from like old cartoons and like the movies and like the games and everything. So like, but like I do know of his whole thing from The Killing Joke, which I feel like if they could take his origin from that, like what was shown in
The Killing Joke. Hello?
Hello?
that comic,
Yeah, you definitely dropped.
that like,
You both dropped
Oh.
for a second.
You
Oh,
died
hold
on
on.
us.
What? Did it?
You died halfway through. So having,
Oh.
Yeah.
What was the last thing I said?
I don't know. I wasn't writing it down.
Where's our stenographer here? Judge it. What?
Quick, get the core typographer, whatever the phrase thing is. Yeah, like, but yeah, I was like, I know. I think like
You were
what could
mentioning
make
The Killing Joke.
yeah. I think what could make a better like origin story like Joker movie could be like what they showed in The Killing Joke. You know,
Basically
just the
go
whole
with that lore, like.
yeah, like go with that thing. They could make a pretty like me and my brother have talked about this a bit because like he's far more into like Batman and like that whole universe like than I am. He like yeah, especially Harley. Especially Harley Quinn. He's really into like her, like the Harley Quinn comics and everything. And he was saying like they could make a pretty good like heist movie where like the whole thing of it is like you have the main characters each, you know, like you'd make whoever Joker is like he'd be almost like the fall guy, a side character, and then who like keeps getting shit on all the time, or you know, some to that extent, and it'd be like the twist at the end would be the one that they were going to like, you know, just say, you know, fuck you, you deal with everything, ends up becoming the Joker through the whole thing. And you could, I don't know, we were even thinking you could possibly like, I don't know, I just feel like there are a lot of different ways they could do an, you know, Joker origin movie better than just he was a kid who got bullied, you know?
Yeah, I do agree on that. But
Yeah.
Scorsese,
The whole like
having that
Yeah.
said, Scorsese can make basically gold out of anything.
yeah, I know, but it's just like I don't know. I guess
Do you
just
think
have to
that
wait
the
and see.
Joker should have an origin story anyway? Like personally, I like like when the Dark Knight aired.
Yeah,
Like I like the fact that he said like 7 different stories about what happened to him.
yeah,
And that added a bit of mystery,
Yeah.
that added a bit of depth, and added quite a lot of the fear factor that he had because you didn't know what the heck happened to him to make him like this.
Yeah,
yeah.
there is this whole part in the
You could have.
Oh,
Yeah.
there we
Like
go.
it is a thing in Killing Joke where even the story he provided, he's like, I'm not even sure if that's actually what happened or something like that, isn't there?
Yeah, it's basically the Joker himself saying already, if I have to have an origin story, and I'm actually quoting this, if I do have to have an origin story, I prefer to be a choice. Which is something I love about the Joker. He is a great character. He's dark.
Yeah.
He's great.
Brooding, evil.
Yeah. I think partly, you know, like you said, part of what makes him so great is just the mystery. Like, how the fuck did someone end up this twisted and like,
Indeed,
No.
indeed. What I do take about if they could make a origin story based on the Killing Joke, what I think would be fun or pretty interesting, especially coming for Scorsese, is say something like Ocean's 11 meeting the DC universe.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to say with the thing. God damn, I'm bad with my words.
You're welcome.
Yeah. Yeah, thank you. Make it a heist movie, you know? With like plot twist is one of them turns into Joker. I don't know.
Yeah, like it looks like it's part of.
Yeah.
is just yet. Like the whole mystery becomes that eventually it turns out to be the Joker origin story.
Yeah.
Like they don't.
Yeah, one of those. It's like what happened with the what was that thing? M. Night Shyamalan with Split. Like, have you guys seen it, or do you mind the spoilers for it?
I've seen Split. That's a.
Don't mind spoilers.
Yeah, where like at the very end, it turns out it's like a sequel to like Glass, or no, not Glass. Turns out it's a sequel to Unbreakable. That's that kind of like M. Night Shyamalan level stuff.
Wait. Which was Unbreakable?
Unbreakable was the movie. Basically, well, I cut out there, I guess. Unbreakable is the one with basically people having superpowers. So there was Bruce Willis, who was insanely strong. Bruce Willers.
Van Willers.
Bruce Willis had superpowers, and Samuel L. Jackson had basically no superpowers. Well, his superpowers was that he was the man of glass. He could break very easily.
As a shit power.
Yep.
I have the power to break myself
really easily.
It is not a fun life.
Don't be glass, kids. It's not safe.
Don't play with glass.
Or don't be.
No,
glass.
you can play with glasses. Don't become glass.
Just play with a jagged like. Remember, kids, don't be the glass, but it's fine to play with it.
Don't make sure you don't ram it down someone's throat.
Try juggling with it.
For the records, we're saying no play with. Saying.
Don't play with unsafe sharp objects. It's bad for your health.
Yes, that's.
Unless you can juggle with them or eat them.
Don't play with sharp
Put them
objects.
in a sandwich.
I don't want a glass sandwich.
Make sure to have a responsible person with you at all times. Handling of objects.
How did we get on this tangent?
Alright, should we move on to the next subject? We've actually been talking about this one longer than I thought we'd actually make it.
Yeah, maybe we should try put a timer on how long we talked about this shit.
I've been putting like a mental timer on it, and we've been talking about this for about half an hour now, which I was quite surprised at.
What, the whole Joker thing, or just?
No, that we've been talking about the Batman thing for about half an hour, which was actually longer
then
than...
we went down to a lot of tangents.
Yeah.
Okay. So just cut us off at the 20-minute mark for each thing.
No,
just say,
nope,
next subject.
Okay, so should we talk about the Cupheads?
Cuphead!
Such a beautiful game, and so incredibly
Cuphead.
I know.
Could someone give us a quick explanation about what Cupheads is for those that don't quite know what it is?
Cuphead is a 1930s style boss gauntlet featuring Cuphead and Mugman, two cup people who accidentally gamble with the devil and lose their souls, and so to not have their souls ripped out of their body in gory fashion, the devil makes them go collect his debts from other people who have gambled with him and lost their souls, and
well,
yes,
spoilers have just been said, I guess.
there is like, I'm not even sure if you could really like apply spoilers to this one, because it's like the story is very like bare bones, you know, like
basically
hey you
you just lost a bit with the devil. Go
try and not yeah
go and not die.
Go and not die. That's pretty much what everyone's doing. But yeah, I had a very weird experience with this, because I did not realize it was supposed to be a difficult boss gauntlet when I first got it. I thought, oh, it's just a 1930s platformer, you know? And then I started playing it and then realized, what have I done?
Did you guys actually know, by the way, that this whole game is hand-drawn?
Yes.
Yeah, that is insane.
Amazing.
Wait, what?
The entire game
it's
is
all
drawn by hand.
Yeah.
drawn.
I mean, is it colored by hand as well, or is it just like?
I do think they did actually.
Yes,
do
with
everything...
coloring in pencils, they. Yes.
Yeah, they just.
That's
made
why
the
it's so
entire
hard
game.
because they had to put so much detail into it.
Yeah, which
Jesus
is
Christ.
insane and
I
insanely
mean, for the
beautiful.
backgrounds, I got that, but Jesus Christ, for doing that for the characters as well, fucking hell. Sorry about swearing. I'm just like, that is, oh my god, that must have been a gigantic pain in the ass to
it's
get
only
done.
like £15 or like $20, which is
Yeah.
pretty more insane. Like if this
It's
was
pretty-
owned by AAA,
like-
this would be about £40, $60.
Yeah, this was only
minimum.
done by like 3 people
Yeah.
or something like that, wasn't it?
Yeah, and it's a game that I've actually put higher than what I want instead of like Destiny and the Assassin's Creed games, which is
Yes.
which I wasn't expecting because I heard about it from Mr. Joker who said he was going to live stream it, and then I looked it up and was like, I would now want this game more than anything.
Yeah.
It is a game that
It's
It's
very
also-
much a game. It's very much a game like you have to like what's the word? You have to prepare yourself for it. I would say
Yeah, it's definitely a rage
it
game.
is.
Controllers and keyboards are going to get broken.
Yeah, which is why I recommend the controller because when you snap that in half, it's not as expensive as breaking your entire computer.
So it's a bit like M++ in its difficulty level.
yeah.
But like, you ever play Titan Souls or Fury?
No, I
Basically,
played
the-
Dark Souls 2 and I didn't make it out of the starting area.
Basically, this is the.
It's like Dark Souls, but a fun. It's like Dark Souls, but a 1930s cartoon.
Basically,
It's the Dark Souls of platformers.
basically, yeah.
No,
secret
actually,
title is-
M++ is the Dark Souls of platformers.
How dare you? Well, actually, I've not played M++, so I can't say.
It is it's the hardest 2D platformer I've ever played,
Oh, Jesus Christ. But,
and it's the hardest platformer that quite a few people I know have played as well.
yeah.
Hang on, let's see how many hours have I put into M++. Dare I add?
Yeah.
Too many. I've put too many hours in. It's so hard.
Too many.
There's never too
How
many.
many is too many?
I don't know, but I'm also an idiot because
Oh, well,
yeah.
aren't we all?
Has anyone heard of a game called Heat Signature? Came out recently by the
No.
guy who made Gunpoint.
It
I have.
sounds familiar.
I have, and
you-
I know that ZF here. Shout out to ZF, by the way. I know that he plays it on Mixer as well.
Cool. Yeah. Well, I was totally not just playing it in the podcast, and I totally didn't just shoot myself out of a window.
You're not
playing
dedicating
games during
yourself to the podcast. How dare you?
Yes, I am. Shh.
Don't tell
I'm
my boss.
multitasking.
What?
I'm multitasking. Wait, my boss is Falcon. Doesn't help.
You are
anyone.
not allowed to play games during this live stream. If I can't play games
You're
during
not
this live
allowed
stream,
to enjoy
you are not
yourself.
allowed
This
to
is
do that.
serious business.
I'm not enjoying myself. Whoever said I
Both
was
my
enjoying
monitors are
myself.
taken up by stream stuff, so you guys can talk to each other for 2 hours.
Wait.
And this is what?
Wait, taken up by Korean stuff? What is
Two
this?
monitors taken up by your stream stuff.
Are we
How did
running
you
an
get
illegal
Koreans
sweatshop
into
here? What's
this?
going on?
What? Oh dear, this has escalated quickly again. Right,
Quick, run before the
where's,
cops show up.
where's the mind wipe, Ray? Look into the neuralizer. Everything's going to be fine.
Right.
Oh god.
So my question is, when I first saw this gameplay, it reminded me of New Super Mario Brothers. And
Yeah.
It is Cupheads still.
is it?
Yeah.
Is it? Is it a direct copy? Because it seems a lot like it. in
What,
this
like
way.
Mario?
Yeah, it seems to me.
It's
exactly
not
the same game, but
Mario.
in a
There's like
different art style.
there's
Like,
well, I
what-
mean you can say that of every platformer technically.
True. But
yeah.
then we have games like PlayerUnknown Battlegrounds, and then the Fortnite's battle royale thing.
That
and them two having
is
them issues.
absolute
Yeah.
bullshit. They are just they're trying to like soothe them over putting a mode that is similar to Battlegrounds in the fucking thing. And I'm like, you can't own a game mode. God. It's just like
Seriously?
not even the first ones to do it. Battlegrounds, Jesus.
Uh,
I don't know. Anyway,
Page
Cuphead.
1, King of the Hills.
Yeah.
This is true.
Like-
but then again, if you then make something and someone then can just copy what you've done and just add like a slight different thing, does that would definitely piss me off.
Well, it's like
you've made this brand new thing and someone's then just gone and copied it. Because then the people
Yeah.
at the top stay at the top.
yeah,
rather
but what
than
if they
letting-
do it better than you? Just I don't know. I'm like,
Well, then I'm just gonna hate myself, aren't I? Because I'm like, I've made this grand
It's
design,
just-
and then I can't even make it the best
to
one
me,
there is.
it's like unless they're just straight up copying everything, like straight up like reselling your game. You know,
This
it's
is
like
this is why
I feel like
yeah.
there very much is like, for me, like very slippery slope argument of, oh, you shouldn't be able to like do the
Do this.
same ish kind of idea as me. You know, then like we wouldn't have genres because you put romantic elements in your story. How dare you? I did that first. I will sue you. You know. Or, like,
isn't
I
it
don't know.
like someone's got like a copyright on mini games and loading screens? I can't remember who it is, but that's why every game doesn't have like a mini game
Yeah.
in its loading screen. Instead, they have to give you informational text and stuff. Because
Wait, really?
that's why
serious?
Skyrim has those loading screens with info text instead of a mini game. Because
Fallout
someone,
has it too.
yeah, Fallout.
That should not be allowed. That is ridiculous.
Well, the happy
Like,
birthday
if it was
song's
the exact
copyrighted, so-
same minigame, I get
No,
that,
just,
but I'm
just
like,
mini games, if I remember rightly.
oh my god.
If he is not, feel free to scream at him on Twitter. Is he doesn't have one, so shame on
You
you.
can't actually
you
scream
can't
at
give
me.
him harassment. But
no,
his
it
Discord
just-
number is
just hand out all the like mixer info.
his email address is this. His postcode is this. Get him, boys.
But yeah, I don't know. It just to me it seems like it's ridiculous to be able to be like, you know, oh, you're doing something that's like similar to ours. You're not allowed to do that because like it's stifling creativity when you could have like, you know, all these people being able to put their own spins on it and like create, you know, better versions of that some people, you know, maybe work better for some people, you know, and all those different kind of things. I don't know how to explain it. It's just like it just seems like such a greedy idea to be like, no, this is, you know, this, you know, type of mode. It's mine. You're not allowed to do anything. You know?
Yep.
I don't know.
yeah, but yeah.
but-
Like that's specifically
But
in
if you're
reference
paying,
to
if
like.
you're paying money, so then you pay this copyright, and then the company can just go, oh well, we're just doing our own spin on it.
Well,
What's the point of
actually,
paying for copyright then?
you don't have to pay for copyright. Once you make something, it is immediately
Oh,
under
okay.
your copyright. At least in most countries, anyway.
Yeah, it's
So,
like
like,
you have to.
There's like a couple, yeah. There's
Patent.
for like trademarks, you'd
Ah,
have
okay,
to
yeah,
like,
yeah.
yeah, and that, you know, if someone's stealing your logo, yeah, go after them. They're stealing your logo.
But then
like,
can't you just say it's just a variation on, like, if you change like the tiniest little thing, like you could just add like a line going straight through it, but then you could say, I'm deciding this is my own thing now because I've added this one line. Can it
Well,
not be
it's-
considered under the
it's
argument?
still like,
Yeah, I agree. It is. There's like, there's a grey. It's a grey area when it comes to fair
Yeah.
use and.
it's a
people
gray line to like what
actually
degree
wanting- Yeah.
do you have to change something in order to make it your own, you know? But at the same time, I'm like, I feel like those instances where like people, they change one tiny thing. It's either like the change is so minusculely minute that like I think the argument of like, oh, but it's my own thing doesn't really apply because you've only changed like one line in like this one piece of texture. You know, that's
That's what
ridiculous if
most
you're
of-
like just re-uploading, you
That's
know,
what the
someone else's
player
game.
unknown
But like,
backgrounds
if
were,
you're
yeah.
just taking the idea and putting your own spin on it, I think
Yeah,
that's
I can
fine
understand
because
that.
Fortnite isn't copying like, you know, battle,
it is a very close copy.
PUBG's like programming or like map or like their thing. They're just taking the basic idea of like, okay, you're a bunch of players in an arena fighting to the death, and then putting their own like kind of mechanics into it. And it's like, I'd consider that Fortnite's own version of an arena game. It shouldn't be thought of as like, oh, they're just stealing like thing.
Yeah, I can understand that. But then there are definitely key aspects in Fortnite where you just like they've just copied that from PlayerUnknown Battlegrounds.
Yeah. Again,
like the bus thing that flies you in. Like if they copy, I don't know. There's just little things where it's just like that is mostly just a direct copy.
Yeah.
I feel.
Yeah. But again, it's not like they're just lifting the code from, PUBG. They are making it themselves. It's just a similar idea. It's like.
Yeah, that makes a lot more sense.
Yeah. I hope I've been coherent with my ramblings here.
No, it's fine. It's fine. I do understand it.
Yeah. In regards to Cuphead and Mario, Jesus, we went on a tangent.
You mean you did?
Yes. Hey, you.
I started it, but you
brought up the PUBG. It
was my example. Leave me alone. And you're the one that went with it.
You blew up the moon, and now the world's dead, and now the universe is imploding.
Why did I blow up the moon?
Something.
This is you, Falcon.
About.
No, it's not. I like the moon. The moon is an egg. If you watch Doctor Who, get the reference.
Yeah, go check the moon right now. It's in pieces.
It's a dragging egg. For some reason.
Anyway.
I'm just looking at the moon right now, and I
not seeing the dragon egg?
Have you not seen the dragon egg episode in Doctor Who? It's the most useless ever episode of Doctor Who, but it's a funny one.
Anyway,
back to Cupheads.
Yeah, it is definitely not a Mario clone. Like, I'd say at most, like, it's a Mario clone in regards to like, they're both platformers, but the art style is definitely like completely its own. As well, the level structure is completely different from what Mario does, because like, the learning curve for it is quite steep. I figured that out the hard way. And like it's made up entirely of boss battles. Like there are a handful of like, kind of like I just got like run and gun levels where it's just like, oh, here's like a traditional platformer level to the end, that kind of thing. But it's almost all like distinct and unique boss battles where it's just beat the boss, figure out all the patterns, get the soul contract, move on to the next one. And like, it's pretty fun, I have to say. It's rage-inducing, but like, once you figure it out,
kind of rage-inducing.
Yeah, it's almost like, what's the word? No, it's like once you figure out how to actually like, get through it, it's like,
yeah, easier.
Yeah, because like even like I went back and replayed it because like I'm doing a video on it for tomorrow, which realistically I really should have edited earlier instead of leaving it till last minute a few hours ago. But yeah, it's like I even went back to just get some like footage of me just going around facing some of the earlier bosses, and like I was completely decimating them the second time around, whereas like the first time around I was dying maybe 20-30 times before I finally managed to get it like just right. It was like, I don't know, it's almost like
basically it's the same like as in Dark Souls. You have to a lot to be able to learn this game.
Is there a multiplayer yet for it? Because
there is. It's co-op.
Yeah, it's the co-op.
So like you can play with a friend.
But can you do that online? Because when it first came out, they didn't have the online version. It was just the co-op version that you had to sit next to your playing partner, and that was it.
Yeah, that's also something that they wanted. I think they did implement the online one already. If not, it's definitely coming out.
The first thing that comes up when I look it up is does Cuphead have online multiplayer? Or co-op? Let's see. When this is posted. This is a while ago. God, I'm trying to find like a proper thing, and they're all from like 2 months ago.
Yeah.
I even just confirmed it's local. It seems to be local only, which I think is like a giant shoot in the foot when you
That
think
sucks.
about how popular
You could-
Cuphead is.
You could have like, you get so much more activity from it if you just like, I don't know. I've heard like about like with the whole like local thing that it's like it's just hard to like code the net code properly or something. But like, I don't know. I think it's worth it just to get that extra bit of like, what you call it, like playability out of the game, of like getting people more interested in it, because it's like, you know, oh, I can play with my like online friends and everything too. That's awesome. You know, and rambling here.
Yeah, I get what you mean. I get what you mean. It's fun when a really good game is multiplayer.
Yeah.
Also, where's player green and where's player yellow? Why not make it? Why is it only red and blue? Or is
Because
that a
it's
thing?
it's only built for 2 people, I think.
I don't care. There should be 4 players. In Mario, there's 4 players.
Can you think can you think of other cup-based puns to name characters after?
I'm not getting paid to make cup-based buns. I'm not getting paid at all, damn it. So I don't care.
I'll be back in a second. I just need to go check something.
Alright.
Be online. Okay, well then, we've both been left to ourselves to ramble about Cuphead.
Are we really? Is Winchester gone as well?
Yeah, he said he is. Okay, never mind. But yeah, it's a fun game.
Definitely forget. I really want it.
Yeah. Yeah, it's definitely one of those ones that's you're gonna slam your head into the wall quite a lot trying to like figure it out, especially if you never realized it was supposed to be a hard game.
And you're Irish.
Yeah. Yeah,
This
have
is
you
a
ever
bad
tried to play
combination.
Cuphead with drunk?
No.
Anyway.
What's this concept you call being drunk?
It's an Irish natural state.
Yes. By the way,
I'm sorry to
I'm
all Irish
Irish.
people that don't like that.
By the way, I'm Irish, so just
No
before people
way.
start thinking we're just being assholes.
I'm
Anyway,
liking how many topics we've got through this evening.
yeah, we even
Well,
managed to have like general discussions not related to what we're supposed to be talking about.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, I've been trying to see if we can get like.
Are they making a second Pacific Rim? Sorry, I'm loading a YouTube video.
Just
I was
going
like, what?
from-
Bro.
I have
We're trying to
YouTube
stay on topic here.
open. Sorry, there's just a new Pacific Rim movie coming out, apparently.
Save it for the recommendations.
We'll talk about that next week.
Yeah,
You can talk about yourself
hey,
next week. There
I
won't be
will
a
say,
show, there won't be a podcast next week.
In 2
The week
weeks, we'll
after.
talk about it, okay? 2 weeks.
There won't be another podcast. We're canceling it now.
This is the first episode, ignoring the-
Exactly. It's too cringy. I don't
It's
know.
what you're on
been
about.
going better than I thought it would be, so I'm fine.
Yeah.
This is, yeah.
Yeah, maybe in retrospect, should we be doing this live, considering the amount how many awkward pauses there have been? Like,
Yeah.
When we do the YouTube
I
videos,
need to go
we'll
and
be
look
editing it
inside.
down probably quite a bit and get rid of
Yeah.
everything that Bertrand
I
says.
also do think, because this is the first episode,
We don't
Also-
actually.
kind of,
we'll eventually figure it out.
yeah,
Yeah.
we just need to work
Work out the kinks.
itself out. Yeah,
I say we just upload the full video to YouTube and let people
Laugh at us.
tear us to shreds.
Yeah.
Oh,
Get
yeah, we can
100,000
upload
Awkward
subscribers.
pauses and all.
upload the full upload the full video.
People,
What the
people
heck?
love
Mute your mic if you're going to cough.
people love cringe compilations. This is what the podcast.
Stop making me laugh.
There.
Yeah.
Just like it can be the
I don't
entire
wanna
thing's
say much,
uploaded
but
to
I do
the
think
channel that is
we
cringe
do-
compilations. Great.
Oh my god.
I do think we do pretty decent. Wow, my English. Actually,
Who
Okay,
is eating? Oh my god.
I'm not
Stop
eating.
time.
We need to
Things
need
gone
to
off
eat
the
the
rails.
Maybe we should call it here. Just,
Welcome to the 4Nerds podcast, where we talk.
just four nerds rambling and trying to figure out what we're doing.
Yeah, that's let's just change all the descriptions to that. The 4Nerds podcast, where 4 nerds just try to figure out how to do a podcast.
This is just 4 nerds just trying to get over our talking to people.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right.
Our psychiatrist set this up.
Yeah.
Basically.
Shameless. Time for some shameless self-promotion. I should be streaming Saturday.
Maybe
Wait,
we
did you
should
say you're gonna
save the
stream on Saturday?
I
No,
do
not
want to
this
say
Saturday.
Vir-
I
Virtual,
can only hit.
I do want to. I do have a question, Virtual.
Go on.
If you're going to have a shameless plug for yourself, can you shout me out at least?
Of course.
Virtual has
If
told
you're
me
gonna have a
like
shameless plug, give it to me.
Virtual's told me
Okay,
like 7 times now he's gonna stream, and each time he's got to the day before and he's like, I can't stream.
Yep.
But I do it.
I understand that all too well.
I literally can't. I wanted to stream tomorrow. That was the original plan, but it's been pushed back a week.
Oh,
Alright,
okay.
see you, Avon. Thanks for stopping by.
Yeah, well,
Goodbye, Avon.
yeah, okay. I'll say
It's
for
nice
shameless
having you.
plugs, I'd say let's just wait till the end. So yeah.
Yeah, so we can.
Speaking of the end, I'd say we should probably get on to the next topic before this thing becomes a 3-hour-long ramble.
I mean,
We've only been
I've
going
watched-
for an hour and 16 minutes. We've
Yeah.
actually been quite good.
I
This
actually
is
have other things.
Has anyone got any last minute thoughts on Cuphead?
Looks
Mine
like
It's definitely
it's-
a Mario.
it's a Mario knockoff, which with a old Mickey Mouse hand drawn design.
Yeah,
Right.
and it's a difficult game apparently.
Yeah, it's very.
It's hard if you're
Especially
Irish.
or drunk. Irish
Winchester.
or drunk apparently.
Aaron
Winchester
Gilbert.
got it.
Yeah, I actually need to be getting going. I have some other things I need to go and take care of.
Oh, Virtual. How
Sorry.
disappointed.
Priorities, dude. Get your life
We,
together.
we are
Sorry.
so disappointed in you, dude.
I'm,
Like you had all
One
this
job.
time. You had all this time to do something.
yeah.
Hello, darkness, my old friend.
Alright,
Come
you've gotta go.
Talk
See you,
with
dude.
you again.
Yeah.
Yeah, with that, I guess we should probably go on to the next topic.
Nah,
Maybe.
you said it twice now, so we gotta wait at least 3 times. No, I'm kidding. Yeah,
Alright.
we can
I
go
can
on
say-
to
oh,
next one.
oh dear.
If anyone's looking in the Discord,
It's like- It's like Beetlejuice. You gotta say it 3 times.
well, I am sorry, but I must go.
No worries, dude. You're missing the last topic, so.
Yeah, you
which is
I mean,
movies.
is- one movie, technically.
Yeah.
There are actually multiple movies, but
Talk about Transformers.
no, we're not talking
We are
God,
never
no.
talking about Transformers.
They suck. End of
Time to
discussion.
I'm leaving before I get just roasted. Spoiled. My opinions.
Okay.
Yeah, Error 404.
He's gone.
Virtual not
Oh
found.
well, damn.
Wow. Damn.
Oh my God, he's back.
What the heck?
I saw that coming. I just yeah. Who did that?
Yeah, that
Totally wasn't me.
I'm just
saying
saying.
that.
Totally Falcon.
I'm just saying. 404. Virtual not found.
Wait, hang on.
Virtual 404 not found.
Hang on.
Has he changed his
That's all.
name?
There we go. There we go.
Okay, there.
He's
yeah.
changing his nickname.
404.
Wow,
That's
that's why.
PXC not found. Okay, let's actually move on. God damn.
Okay,
Bye.
Virtual, go. See you
Bye.
later, dude.
All right, see you,
Yeah,
man.
Virtual.
See you guys.
All right.
See you next podcast.
All right, see ya. Be sure to go check out Virtro at his Mixer thing, Virtro,
Links will be in the description or
Yeah.
in some form of.
and on the end screen too.
Yep.
Anyway,
Alright, so the
So,
next topic is
yeah,
KingsMAN,
this is
The
one-
Golden Circle. Now, this movie is amazing. I love this movie.
I love it too.
Are we all
I'm
gonna go
very
see
much
it?
in love with it. I've seen it.
I haven't seen it, but I am very interested.
You Irish bastard. You already
Excuse me. That's racist. Only I can be racist towards myself, sir.
By the
Anyway,
way, KingsMAN is not.
But I still have to see the first movie, but I don't mind spoilers. So
Okay, so for those that have not seen KingsMAN, probably a quick down for it. Have we spelled it wrong?
Yep.
Quick down on KingsMAN. If you've seen, it's
Wait.
James Bond meets Austin Powers, and this is
Basically.
the chart that they have.
spelled wrong. Stop freaking me out.
Is it not?
spelled wrong. It is spelled wrong.
Hey, is it-
It is KingsMAN.
Is it
with
KingsMAN? Oh,
Yes.
for fucking whatever.
Yeah, it is. It is KingsMAN.
Haha.
Well,
M-
I failed.
Yeah.
Right, you guys just.
You can sue
Fuck,
our
well, I-
editor for that one.
Hey, I'm the art guy, not the editor.
Well, you edit
Me.
stuff as well, don't you?
Hey, wait.
Yes,
Before we
my
get this
own.
back, it was posted in the Discord, and we could have all seen the fact that he did a spell mistake.
Yeah,
so we're all
you're just
somewhat
as
to blame.
responsible.
I'm not saying that you're right, but I am saying that I have said it before. And you can scroll up for that if you don't believe me.
I've been saying, I thought KingsMAN was wrong, so I started saying KingsMAN, and now that's wrong. I can never win.
Is this really what we're going to be talking about? Just the semantics of how we spelled KingsMAN?
I
Well,
mean,
I spelled
it's
KingsMAN.
it's part of the
It looks
subject.
like it, yeah.
It's part
Oh
of the
my
subject.
Well,
Anyway, KingsMAN, The Golden Circle. It is the direct sequel, actually, from the first one, which is KingsMAN, The Secret Service. There we go. I needed to yawn, but I suppressed it like a true gentleman because manners make it man. Anyway, KingsMAN 2, The Golden Circle. Again, yes, we do love to repeat ourselves. It is what Falcon also said, a movie which is basically a mix between James Bond and Austin Powers, which is actually a very true statement. KingsMAN 2, without spoiling anything that much, if you've seen the trailers, you might notice. Basically, the KingsMAN agency in itself is destroyed very early in the movie as well, and we all know this. And when that happens, they do find out that there is like a sister agency or something like that called the Statesman, which is in Kentucky, USA. Sorry. But something's going on with the Golden Circle, as the title says it, and the Kingsmen, the 3 remaining ones, are going to team up with the Statesmen and are going to try to figure it all out. And it's filled with a lot of action, movie references, a couple, real life humor, and a lot. Definitely go watch it.
Yeah. I don't think there's any more that I can add, but you definitely, I think, you definitely have definitely more of a feel of the characters if you watch the first one.
Oh yes.
So if you go straight into watching the second one, and then spoilers, like as Winchester said, that everything gets blown up, you don't have the same connection. Like when there's certain characters that you've seen the first one, you grow to love them as characters. When they die, you're just like, well, what the heck? I really like that one. This is not supposed to be like that. Joe kills off all your favorite people.
It's super bad.
Yeah, so I'm now enabling the spoilers, so we can then talk about spoilers.
Roxy dies.
Yeah, what the heck? I was so disappointed.
sad.
I was so disappointed when they actually killed her off, because like she was one of the best characters in the first movie.
I agree, and I actually thought.
What do you think? You just cut out. Sorry.
I think that what I initially thought was she was going to end up with Eggsy, but she didn't. Princess from the first one.
Yeah, I was quite surprised there. The
very
Swedish
famous
ambassador.
scene About
But yeah.
It's great. It's super great.
Though I had a bit of issue with the Swedish ambassador. It's like when she was around Eggsy, she seemed to lose her Swedish accent, which didn't make much sense to me. Like
Kinda.
like her normal accent, I think. I'm assuming she's either English or American.
She
Well, like-
is British, I believe.
Yeah, so she kind of lost it and then got this like English accent, which I personally I like my foreign people to have their accents, I guess.
Well, it would actually sense saying she is from Sweden but England with Eggsy. People do tend to lose their own accent.
I know she is a Swedish accent actress
Yeah.
herself.
I know. Oh, she is. Oh,
Yeah.
nice.
Anna Alström. Hopefully I'm saying that right. Apologies for
Probably not. She is Swedish? I thought she was British.
No, yeah, she's Swedish. Born in Stockholm.
Oh, nice. Well, at least there's some Swedish beauty in there then. Huh.
That's just creepy.
I'm not being creepy.
Oh,
just-
Raven left. I wondered why he was being quiet.
Well, because he didn't want to be part of the whole... He hasn't seen it?
No, he said he's fine with spoilers. He's like, everything's just gone. Which is weird.
Oh well. Whatever. Raven, you suck.
um, so
Anyway,
yeah, her
the
losing her
whole-
accent was I don't know, it irritated me a little bit, but it's fine. But
it was changing, or...
yeah, like she would get it and then leave it, like it just wasn't consistent. Like from the first movie, she had it for every line she said.
Well, yeah, but it weren't that many lines.
Yeah, but she probably had like what, 10 lines total.
Maybe something like that. 2 minutes.
Whereas
of
this, she
screen
has a
time.
lot more.
Yeah, she went from a side character, and the Swedish princess is actually the who ends up dating Eggsy after
Yeah.
that famous scene about involving.
I like the
things.
fact that they made a reference to that in the second movie.
Oh yes, definitely. Save the
Yeah,
world.
so-
You know what you're gonna get.
Hmm?
If you save the world, you know what's happening.
Yes. Which I thought was kind of funny.
I love that.
So another complaint I have with the film, I actually really like the film. I know I'm just making complaints, but
It's fine.
Channing, was it Tatum's character?
Yeah,
Massive letdown.
Tequila.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he was, I don't know.
he was promised to be this huge kind of character to be in the movie. The trailer showed it, and
Yeah.
then he's hardly there.
Yeah, which is kind of a shame. But then, like, I felt like, what's the other character who tries to fight Eggsy?
The one with the iron arm.
No, the one that fights him at the very end. Oh, it's Agent, was it Whiskey?
Yeah,
Played
with
by
whiskey.
Pedro
Oh yeah,
Pascal, I think that's his name.
yeah, Pedro Pascal. is
To
his
me, it
name.
would make more sense if he was on the main evil character's
You cut out
thing
there.
at the start.
You're still cutting out.
Find her name real quick. Yeah, Poppy's. If
This
he
is
was on
great
Poppy's
goodness,
side,
right
and
now.
then both Channing Tatum and Agent Whiskey have a battle royale, like American versus American, like the two drinks going
You're
against each
completely
other.
dropping out right now, Falcon.
Oh, am I? Oh, oops.
There you are.
Yeah.
And welcome back, Raven.
Sorry
So,
about
like,
that.
yeah,
My
no worries.
computer crashed.
Smart.
So yeah, so to me it should have been like Channing Tatum and the guy that plays Whiskey. Them two should have had a fight, and that would have been a lot more cooler. And then I don't know,
It wouldn't have made a lot more sense. Like,
it would have made a lot more sense than this Whiskey thing going. I was on your side, but now I'm not gonna be, and it just, I don't know. It would add like more heart to it than, I don't know.
yeah, it
At
would
least to
make
me.
it. I agree. It would add a lot. You betrayed our agency, and not just like, yeah, I'm the traitor right now. You know?
Yeah, definitely. But I did like the cartoon effect that it had.
Which one?
Well, like when they throw the bodies into that meat maker thing,
yep.
and there was like no blood. That it felt very cartoony to me, and I kind of liked the way that they did it because it like took the seriousness and like if they added the blood into it, that is an 18 film, probably an 18 film without a doubt. The amount of blood that would happen in real life.
Jesus Christ. Sounds like a fun movie.
It's such a fun movie. But
It's a very fun movie.
do you reckon it's better than the first one?
I don't think it's better, but it definitely adds to it.
Yeah. I'd say it's probably like a level below, but like it's close to being on par.
Yeah, basically. Yeah, I do agree on that.
Yeah. Because when I first watched the first KingsMAN, I had no expectations, and then it just blew me away with how funny it was.
Indeed, but it's great. By the way, I did like when because not Colin Farrell. Colin Firth actually is his eye in this one. It's why he has the eye patch and everything as well. Which I loved is that they added the whole he wanted to recreate the bar fight, but he can't because he only has one eye, which means he misses the depth perception.
Yeah.
So he wanted to be this total badass.
I was kind of disappointed that they added him into the trailers.
I do agree.
Like before,
nice touch.
Just saying this so we don't get sidetracked, but in the Wolverine film, if you've seen, hopefully everyone's seen it, Wolverine, but the main like fight scene, like the scene that's in the main fight with Wolverine, isn't in any of the trailers.
Yeah, true.
And that blew me away, and everyone that I was watching it with, because we were just like, what's going on? We don't understand. And then later on, when they actually have the fight, we understood, and it just made so much more sense, and we loved the film more because of it. And I feel like they should have had this. I don't know, like the trailers, they seem to be giving back way too much information when it comes to films.
I do agree on that actually, but it's been with a couple of those movies, like we said earlier, in trailers they do happen to spoil a lot of stuff, what isn't something that they should do. Just muted. Yeah. We had one viewer who was muted.
Yeah, I know who Green Gosling is, fine. Quite surprised he's watching. So yeah, is there anything else to add?
I know that they're making this. They're making a third movie out of this.
Yeah, they're making a third movie. You can also buy the suits that they wear. There's an actual website and everything that had everything listed for the suits that you can buy, but they're like £1,000.
Jesus Christ.
The cheapest thing on there is a pair of socks or like a handkerchief, which is like £50.
Something like that. Yeah, it's all because the
and
clothing...
like they better be bulletproof. That's all I'm saying. Like
they better be bulletproof.
I know
in the
why
films they're bulletproof.
I know why they are that expensive, because they are actual designer suits. The suits that they use for the KingsMAN and everything, it's all handmade, basically tailored. They didn't. Well, it is all just custom stuff, just tailored to measure from the actual actor, which is not something that's done much. But because the headquarters of KingsMAN is tailors, they actually added that detail to it. Like, this stuff is actually made by tailors.
Some nice attention to detail.
It is. It definitely is. Just like the whiskey they use in this one, in KingsMAN 2, because the statesmen are whiskey people. They actually added to the whole effect of it, like the detail of it, is that it is an actual fine brand whiskey. It's not like some cheap whiskey that they make. It is the actual expensive stuff.
The expensive stuff.
Yeah, it is. It is. It really is. And I like that.
That's pretty cool.
It's not store-bought, it's the imported whiskey import, if that makes sense. I don't know.
Yeah. Massive spoiler. If you've not seen, you need to turn off your ears now. But the Elton, the Elton John scenes, fight scenes, they were probably the best part of the film, in my opinion.
Huh.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, the choreographed to like Elton John songs.
No, like he's actual fighting people in high heels.
Yes.
Jesus Christ.
And it is like the funniest things ever, and it just makes...
Say no more.
When he looks at the camera and...
Yeah, and he's like wearing the most outrageous outfit, and he's just like kicking the crap out of like two of these like bodyguards.
Also, it's a nice play on like when he starts playing. Isn't it supposed to be Saturday? What day is it? It's Wednesday. So it's Wednesday then, isn't it?
Yeah,
like
that was funny.
Because that song is actually just a reference to his own song. He has a song called Saturday. It's great. It's funny.
Nice.
Actually, there is the whole Poppy thing. She's the main villain in this movie. She's actually quite a fan of Elton John, which is great. The two robotic dogs are... I don't know the names of the robotic dogs anymore, but that's also a reference to an Elton John movie song.
Elton John movie.
I was so happy that they didn't use the cliche of because when I first saw the dogs, I was like, oh, that's what's gonna kill her. Like they're gonna find a way to hack the dogs, and the dogs are just gonna kill her, and they didn't do that, which I was quite surprised.
Nope.
So that was like
grinder.
But then I didn't quite get, like, he had this hacking thing and it didn't hack the dogs. So in many ways I'm like, yeah, this should have happened, but then also like I'm glad it didn't happen.
Mm-hmm.
But the truth is, they're real dogs.
No.
They had drills for teeth.
It was a fun movie though. I really enjoyed watching it, and I'm actually contemplating watching it a second time just because I can.
Definitely. I definitely like it.
Nice. Yeah. I need to just catch up to go see it when I'm able to.
You should. You definitely should.
Yeah.
Also, something that since this is movies, a different movie actually that I've seen yesterday is Blade Runner, the new one.
Ooh, how was that?
We're not talking about Blade Runner. We're not talking about Blade Runner. I've not gonna go see it yet. Shut up.
You know what?
I'm not gonna.
Well, what we could do is we could let you talk about Blade Runner in a non-spoilery way for the recommendation section. Whoa!
Yeah, definitely.
Or are we doing that?
We can do.
Actually, that's something we could do, I think.
Yeah, because I do not have a thing for Blade Runner or like general movies, so.
You don't?
No, it was very last minute when I saw that thing, and I was like, "Oh,
shame, for shame."
Indeed.
I failed my job. I had one job: make pictures. Right. So we want to put that up on screen, maybe.
Yeah,
Recommendations? Yeah, I can do that.
Yep.
Nudge, 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 wink, wink.
Extra nudges, extra.
Alright, the recommendations is up.
Is it?
Yeah,
Hold
just
on, let me refresh.
there's a delay. That's
Oh, yeah, yeah. I'm an idiot.
Gosh,
Okay.
I'm not that
FTL.
slow.
This is not FTL, so.
All right. So Winchester, tell us about Blade Runner.
Without
What do you
spoilers.
want me to say? Without spoil.
Spoil just the ending. It turns out Chewbacca was Luke's father.
Yep, basically. No, Blade Runner 20 a spoil, which plays 20 years after the original, and I definitely recommend watching the original as well, especially if you want to make more sense out of this movie, because there's a lot of to the first one.
There's supposed to be two like anime things for it as well, aren't there?
Yep,
Like
there are.
Blade Runner 2022 Blackout or something like that, and then another
Yep.
one I cannot remember the name of. God, I've been seeing gifs of that, and I'm just looks so good.
it looks good and it is good. You don't really need it, but it'll definitely add what's being created by in Blade Runner. Basically, in Blade Runner 2049,
I'll be back. Thanks.
oh wow, you follow K. K is a Well, yeah, I'm not spoiling anything. He is a replicant, and he is a Blade Runner. Blade Runners are actually people who chase people. Something happened. Kay is on the case, saying, being told that he needs to find it all out, and he does. And the corporation doesn't like it, and something's gonna happen. And definitely watch it because it is a super good movie. But beware, it is a 3-hour long.
Ooh,
So you might,
Yeah.
so you might wanna be able to handle that.
pack some supplies.
Yep, just add some extra plastic bottles with you in the theater in case you need to pee because you don't want to miss anything of this movie.
Jesus. Yeah, it sounds great. I'm definitely like interested in seeing it. Actually, I have the DVD for the old Blade Runner here somewhere. I should really watch it.
You should. Just watch the first one and then watch this. It'll definitely help.
Yeah.
It's a really good movie, and I'm super glad that they finally did make a sequel out of it.
Yeah. So, any other recommendations or?
Well, I'm going to watch the American Assassin movie next week.
Oh, wait. Is that what I think it is?
Oh, that's got the guy that's in Teen Wolf.
Yep.
I was quite impressed by the fact that he's managed to get himself in that film. That film looks quite good, about the trailer.
I'm looking forward to it. I did see. He said that it's basic, it's fun, but not great. Which I kind of feel the same way if I look at the trailer, but I do think it is a good movie to watch anyway.
Yeah, this'll be fun.
Probably my recommendation is the... Oh, I've completely forgot what the film is. This is terrible.
Will I talk about my recommendation
the
or
Dunkirk
let you?
movie?
Oh, dude.
I want to go see that. That is an amazing piece of work.
There's so many good movies I still have to see.
Yeah, it was kind of odd, but like, there's no, I can't give spoilers. It's historical facts.
Yeah, you can't spoil history.
Like, there's no.
It's like, dude, don't tell me Hitler died. We didn't get to that part yet.
But it was kind of interesting because there was not one set main character. Like, they were showing it from different perspectives.
Yeah, from a soldier,
was kind of interesting. But the only issue with that I had was, like, when people, like, there were certain characters that did die, and they were showing that, like, repeatedly from the different perspectives of different people that saw it at different times. So I got so many confused, like, oh wait, he died like 20 minutes ago. Oh wait, it's the same point but for a different character. So that was my only issue with it, but it's such an amazing film. The way they did it was just great. Harry Styles was in it. Harry
Styles
is in it, and he actually, I was quite impressed. He only had like 6 lines, but he played him quite well. Like, didn't sound like he was out of context with the way he was talking or anything. Like, I was quite impressed by the way he did it.
Yeah,
I did like the movie, but like it. I got out, didn't I? I said I liked the movie, but I did.
You could have again.
Damn it! Apparently, Discord doesn't want.
Discord doesn't want you talking. It doesn't want you talking bad about.
Discord doesn't like you talking smack about Discord.
Don't talk bad about. It was James Cameron who directed it, wasn't it?
Yeah, that's what.
Yeah. Don't talk bad about JK.
I'm not gonna talk bad about the movie. I'm not allowed.
Discord won't allow it.
Discord won't allow it. I liked it and I didn't like it at the same time, if that makes sense. There we go. I didn't cut out this time.
Though I kind of am interested in if they would do a film that did every great thing about World War II.
Like the most
Like
well-known
the most
events.
well-known events, because especially with how like the world seems to be heading in, it's getting worse and worse. But like this film, for me, it was like, oh my gosh, I've got so much for granted. Like,
Yeah.
these like, I'm at that age where like, if this was happening now, I'd be having to do what they're doing, and I was like, I don't want to do that. I'm fine. I like having my current issues.
I like not being in war.
Yeah, I don't want to be shot up by neighboring countries because
Yeah.
my leader doesn't like your leader, so that means we got to fight, type of thing.
Yeah.
So
Same here. I agree
was-
on that.
yeah,
I'd definitely be one of those people who will shoot themselves in their foot just to avoid it.
Yeah.
yeah. And because
I
there's no
respect for
and because there's
people
no
who,
main
can actually
characters.
go through that.
Oh, sorry. Because there's no main
No, that's
characters, there is like you attach yourself to these many different people, but then it's like because there's no main character, you can see yourself or see your friends being these characters,
Mm.
which was
Kinda,
a cool,
yeah.
which was a cool concept to me.
Kind of makes it hit home how like just how
Yeah, like
Story.
any of these characters could be in any one of us, and it kind of helped. And then when there's like these current issues with racism, with homophobia, and all this stuff, and then like I'm interested about what would my ancestors looking back at, like, would they be happy with the service that they provided to like lay down their lives, then we could have the freedom that we have. Would they be happy with making that commitment with the way we turned out, type of thing, which was kind of interesting from like having like a deep thought during this film.
it's making me think.
I don't like it.
It's
I'm
making
gonna-
me think.
I'm not here to learn. I'm here to watch movies.
Change it to Baywatch. Let's watch that one. That one's fine.
Wait, watch what?
Baywatch.
Actually, it was a pretty fun movie. Not gonna lie, it was a pretty fun movie.
Wait,
It
Baywatch?
looks
was
like a
pretty fun
popcorn
movie.
movie.
It looks dumb enough to be like, okay, I could watch this and have fun.
Yep, it's why it's so great.
Oh my god. Recommendations. Right, so I guess my recommendation for this podcast would be for, and how would I describe it? It's like
Play Cuphead.
but not Cuphead. No, there actually is like genuine thing. It's like this. There's this anime that's coming out with this season called The Ancient Magus Bride. Like they started off with like this 3-episode special that's like, it's basically like the series itself. It follows this girl who's a slave who's bought like out of slavery by this ancient wizard, like skeleton deer head looking motherfucker, who's like, I will teach you magic and you'll become my apprentice and also my bride, which creeps me out a bit, but you know,
Just
anime.
no.
Yeah, but it starts off with this like kind of story of like, okay, it's already like past that, and it's about the main girl character like talking about like, you know, her life, like this big event like in her life before like she ended up where she was, and it's just this really like this like words I can't words. Her actual story is about her like as a child and how she would keep seeing all these like monster like demon magic things that no one else was seeing, and like how that was like really, you know, messing with her head, and like, you know, that kind of like a tragic backstory kind of stuff. And like her running into this place where she feels like genuinely happy, like this magical library in the middle of the woods, and it's just this really like, it's just this really touching, heartwarming, and very emotional little story. And it's just, not only does the art look gorgeous, but it hits you really hard in the feels, if that makes sense, you know. So I would definitely recommend. It's on Crunchyroll if you have that or know what that is. probably watch it for free on Crunchyroll as well. You don't, you know.
Is it dubbed?
Yeah, that's what.
Is it dubbed?
Is it dubbed? I don't think so. It's only in sub, but like I'd still say it's worth watching. You know, even if you're not a fan of subs, it is worth, you know, checking out. At least for those like that little 3-episode mini thing by itself. You know.
Yeah, I'm looking into it actually. I'm checking it right now. It does look pretty beautiful.
Yeah.
I might watch it. Yeah.
I'd say the one possible thing I might have a problem with is the main girl. Like her face, just most of the time it just seems blank, but at the same time it's like it's whatever. It's not really a huge issue.
Fair enough.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Something else I'd like to recommend is something that's coming out on did come out on Fox actually, on FX. Which is the new Marvel series, The Gifted. I've seen it. It came out last Monday or Tuesday. I've seen the premiere and it looked very promising, and I'm definitely looking forward to more of this.
Oh, nice. So what is The Gifted about?
The Gifted is about two mutants who had a father working for an anti-mutant organization. It turns out that his kids are mutants, so he's helping them. And with it kind of features the Runaways, because the X-Men or the Brotherhood is no more. There's this new kind of group which is called the Runaways, and they're joining up with the Runaways to basically look and try to get out of everything else.
Oh, is this the thing where it's like there are no more mutants or something?
Yeah.
Oh, dude.
Well, there are mutants, but they're not allowed.
Well, not as many.
Yeah, and they're not allowed anymore.
Oh my god. I need to check this out.
You should. You definitely should. Yeah. I'll drop a trailer in our Discord if you want to.
Nah, I can find it by myself. But Jesus. And I just got completely swept up in the Gifted stuff.
It's fine. It's fine.
Yeah.
It's the kind of reaction I want from.
Yeah. Like I know. I think I might be having this reaction because like I'm just thinking of like Logan and like how that movie played out with everything, and I'm like, is this like a spiritual successor type thing?
Something like that. It looks great. At least it looks great.
Yeah.
Well, the premiere is great. Let's just say it like that.
It's the premiere is great, but I've seen the future, and the rest of it goes down. Anyway,
indeed. It'll definitely beat Marvel's Inhumans.
Hey. Oh Jesus Christ. Yeah. Any other recommendations?
Well, don't watch Marvel's Inhumans. That's my recommendation.
Probably the only thing else that I can recommend is Macklemore's new album.
Ooh. Oh yeah,
which I was quite surprised at, and I was waiting for it for about. It's probably since Wednesday morning got released because I was like, he's coming back. I want more music, and now that it's released without Wednesday morning or Drug Dealer on, which was quite surprising because they were both quite deep with the whole US situation and its current problems, and they weren't in this album, which I was quite surprised at because he released 16 songs.
Is it Gemini?
Yeah, Gemini, which was quite surprising considering how most music artists these days, like they release 11 songs, sell it for about $9, they're gone with it, whereas Macklemore's released 16 songs for £9, which translates to your own currency, which is pretty good. That's like less. That's about like 50p for a song, or like 70 cents for a song, which is pretty good. And like probably 90% of that album is just pure gold.
All right.
And yeah, they're just like really like jolly, like chill songs, and I'm just loving it. I've got it on like replay like all the time.
I'm gonna check the album because I haven't. I
This
know
is-
it's out there.
amazing. I
I
want
just
that
haven't.
album. There is so much stuff that's come out this month which I just can't. I don't have the money for.
Same here. Same here.
And it's
Well,
just
that's out on Spotify,
amazing.
so if you
Yeah,
have
it's
that,
on
you can...
Spotify. It's one of the best albums I've heard in a while.
Yeah. And yeah, anything else, or would that be just about it?
I
I
think
think
that's about it.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Fans
Just,
of Lucifer can check out season 3
Oh,
because
yeah,
that
yeah.
aired.
Nope, I've changed to the ending, so hush.
You had
No
your
more
chance.
recommended. Yeah.
It still showed
And also the
recommendations
song
on my
changed, so it felt necessary.
Wait, what? The font changed?
The song changed that I'm listening
Oh.
to. I've got a playlist and it's driving me insane. I've already heard it twice.
Oh.
But, ladies and gentlemen, if you have liked what you've seen so far, hopefully this is a YouTube video. Someone's made it a YouTube video. And
I
if
hope
you're
so.
still
Yeah.
listening to the stream somewhere, thank you very much for listening. It has
I'd say
been-
just let the VOD just go straight up onto YouTube.
yeah,
just,
probably
just let
leave it.
people see everything.
Yeah, so this has been the 4Nerds with myself, Eric Falcon, 3Raven, Bertro, and Winchester. There are links down below, or commands in the chat if you want to check out our Twitter, YouTube,
Yeah.
Mixer, make sure
And
you follow
links
us.
on screen too.
All of them things. You can follow us, give us recommendations, and on Twitter or in my Discord, which I feel kind of bad for promoting. But yeah, come give us recommendations, and let's start a conversation. No, that's Philip the Panker. I can't say that. We can just hang
How
out,
dare you
talk
stealing
about some
outros
cool
from another
stuff.
YouTuber? Yeah.
But yeah, I think that's everything. We have been the 4Nerds podcast. I hope you've enjoyed watching. I'll have to
Yeah.
see you in 2 weeks, hopefully.
Yeah, every other Friday at 8 p.m. GMT. Hopefully next time we'll be knowing what we're doing.
Definitely. Will we?
Are
Maybe
we going
just
to
will we?
rate? Are we going to rate someone?
I think we could. I
think
know
we could as
our
well.
friend Joker is
But do we
streaming
have
right
enough
now.
people to rate someone?
Not really.
Not really, but it doesn't matter. We got to get ourselves off the ground somehow.
Yeah.
So yeah, as Kevin, thank you
all
very
about
much
that
for watching.
SEO.
Right. So yeah, I think
We
we're
could
gonna
rate
go
Mr. Joker. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely do it. I don't know how many views he's got, but we seem to be close, so it's fine.
Yeah. Rate Joker. Yeah, thanks for watching.
And